Hi, in this video I will show you how to do the edges around the Roza top. And this, what I have here, is version A, but I will also show you on some tops that I've already made. This is version B with the racer back, and version C with the more open back. Okay? So, you want to start with your top with the right side facing out like this. Make sure you have your 4 stitch markers in the top corners here. Also, this is the back seam, so you want the back facing you. Then grab your yarn. You can absolutely use a different color here. I think that would be great, but I'm using the same. So, what I'm gonna do is start at the left armpit. So this is, because this is the back, then this is where the left armpit, or underneath the left armpit, this is where it would be. So I'm gonna start here. And it's not too important exactly where you start, just somewhere here. So we're gonna crochet along this edge. So I'm just putting my needle here into the top loops, grabbing my yarn. I'm leaving an end here that I can fasten later. Then yarn over and pull through, then chain 1. Now I'm going to single crochet along this edge until I get to the stitch marker. Let's see how it would work for the other versions. So here is version B, and as you can see, this is the back, so I started here where the left armpit would be, and just in the exact same way I grabbed the yarned over, pulled through and chained 1. And the exact same thing for version C. However, for this one I started in the wrong place. I started right here, which was just a bad choice of me. So don't do that, start maybe here, which is like the other 2 tops where the armpit would be. Okay, let's go. So I'm just going to single crochet into this edge, and I know it can be a bit tricky to know where to put the stitches or how close to put them, but yeah, you'll just have to try and see. I usually put like 2 or 3 single crochet per 2 rows. As you can see here, this is 2 rows because you have the stitches popping out here. So that's, I guess, 1 stitch per row of yarn over slip stitches, and 2 stitches for every row of half double crochet, kinda. So I'm going to continue until I get to the stitch marker. Okay, I will meet you there. Okay, so now I'm at my first stitch marker here, so I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to crochet into that stitch. I'm gonna just put 1 here before it, and then into that stitch. Okay, so now I'm also at the front, at the right side of the front here, and now we're going to make the strap that's going to attach to the opposite stitch marker on the other side, right here. And this is just completely up to you how tight you want the straps to be or how loose you want them to be. And I think this will be different for everyone, so you'll have to just try it on basically. So chain a number of chains, and I think I will make maybe 70 or 80 or something. I'm going to then attach it here to the other side, to the stitch marker, and I'm going to try it on, and then I will be back and tell you how many chains I made, and you can also do your chains meanwhile. Okay, so it turns out that 75 chains was the perfect amount for me. So this is what it looks like, and I also attached it to the other side, so to the stitch with the other stitch marker. So it looks like this now. I just made a single crochet into that chain, or into that stitch with a stitch marker. So what I'm gonna do now is just continue all the way back to where we started with single crochets. Okay, and let's see how it would work for the other versions. So here we have version B again. So I started here, single crocheted all the way here, and to this little peak in the center back, and then I made enough chains. Where did we start there? No, we started on the other side, sorry, we started here. So single crocheted all the way to the top where the stitch marker is, chained and attached it, not all the way here because that's what we do for the other strap, but for the first strap I chained all the way until I could attach it here to the center back. And for in the same way as I did for version A, I had to chain a few and then try it on and then maybe unravel or make a few more until it fit. Yeah, and then I just continued until I reached to where we started. For version C, same way where we start here, single crochet along this edge until you reach the top here where the stitch marker is, start chaining, and then you can decide where you want the strap to be attached to the back here. I chose to attach it right before the increases start here for the side, so this is where I attached mine, but they are also quite close together, so you can put them further apart or even closer together if you want. So this is completely up to you as well. But I attach it here, and I think here is where the increases start. And then, so no decreases or anything here, just attach it with a single crochet and continue single crocheting all the way to where we started. Okay? So also, you don't want the starting chain or this chain for the strap to be too tight. So if you were to pretend that this was the only strap, now we're going to make a few more rows so the straps get thicker like this. But let's see that this would be the only strap we had, then it would be a lot tighter. So this is kind of loose on me because we're going to add more rows along this edge, so it will be a bit smaller when we're done. Okay, so I'm just going to crochet all the way to back where we started and slip stitch to the first single crochet. All right, so it is now attached to the first single crochet we made for the row or the round, and now I'm going to make one round of half double crochet, and it's just one in each single crochet from the previous round, and also including the chains. So I will just chain one and then go into the same stitch here and half double crochet. Just like this, all the way around. So no turning, just continue around and do the half double crochets. So let's see what we would do for the other ones. Version B is basically the same. So you would attach it to the first single crochet and then start half double crocheting all the way around. Okay, and then we have version C, which is kind of different because we need to do some decreases right here in the corner. But you start here and you double or half double crochet all the way around into each chain, and then when you get here and you have 2 chains left, and then you have the single crochet at the that's on the actual top, then you want to make a decrease in those 3 stitches. So when you get here, make a decrease. I've explained this a little better in the pattern, but it's basically just a half double crochet decrease, but in 3 stitches. So we can like make the corner look neat and tidy. So and then after you've done that, you just continue until you get back to where you started and slip stitch to the first half double crochet. All right. Now I've gone all the way around and just attach it here to the first half double crochet. What I'm gonna do now is chain 1 and turn like this. And now we're going to do the same yarn over slip stitches as we did for the body. So chain 1 and into this front loop here, yarn over and pull back, then pull through 2 loops. Okay, and just keep going all the way around. And it works the same for version B and version C, except for version C where you make a decrease in the same location as you did the other decrease. So right here, we did the first decrease on the row of half double crochets right here, and then we make another decrease right here. So let's say you have the decrease stitch, then you would make the new decrease stitch in the stitch before, in the decrease stitch, and the decrease stitch after, or in the stitch after the decrease stitch. Sorry, that's a lot of words. Yeah, so those 3 stitches into 1 decrease. Okay. I've also explained it in written words in the pattern, so I think that might be easier to understand. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going all the way around. So once you've made it all the way around, we have 2 more rows left, and they are a repeat of the previous 2 rows. So chain 1 and turn. And now you can see it looks like this. We're getting a nice edge. We're going to half double crochet into the back loop of each stitch. So find the back loop and half double crochet. And then for the next round after that, we're going to do the yarn over slip stitches in the front loop as usual. So we will end up with an edge that looks like this. So I can show you when I have version C here that keep doing the decreases when you get here. The same for the other side. The version B will be no different than version C or version A really. You just half double crochet and yarn over slip stitch into each stitch from the previous round. After you have done that, you've done this row half double crochet and the next row of yarn over slip stitches. You can cut the yarn and fasten the loose end. Then repeat the same thing on the other side. So let's just pretend that this side is done. Then we can continue here. So start at the other armpit, single crochet until you get to the first stitch marker, chain the same number of chains as you did for the other side, attach it to the opposite stitch marker, keep single crocheting all the way to where you started and slip stitch to the first stitch. And then you do a row of half double crochet and a row of yarn over slip stitches, then half double crochet and yarn over slip stitches. So there's, let's see, 5 rows in total with the first row of single crochet included. Okay. For version B, on the other side. You start here at the other armpit, single crochet until you get to the center back here. And now, as you can see, these two straps are attached. So what I'm gonna do when I get here is slip stitch along this first strap we made. And you can do that for, no, let's see, no, I'm at the wrong side again. I'm sorry. No. Where did I start? No, this is the right side. Yeah. So you slip stitch along this strap for as long as you want the straps to be together or be attached. I think I made them attached for 15 stitches or something. And when you want them to separate, you start chaining. And now you need to keep account of how many chains you have left. So let's say you made 80 stitches or 80 chains for this strap, and then you attach 15 here, then you have 65 chains left to make. And then you attach it here at the stitch marker, and then continue all the way around and repeat what you did on this side. And yeah, it's the exact same for version C. Repeat the same procedure as for this side. Remember to do the decreases here. And then I will meet you back to do this edge, which will be along both straps, the front and the back. The back here. Okay, good luck. Okay, so now both straps and the side edges are done. The bottom edge is also done where we inserted the elastic. The only thing left to do now is make the edge that will go on the inside of the straps and the front edge and the back edge, or the front edge and this is the back. So you can go ahead and have your top turned right side out like this, and then this is the back, so you want to have the back facing you. This is the back seam. Grab your hook and your yarn, and this is basically the exact same procedure as with these sides, but we're not going to do as many rows. We're just going to make first a row of single crochet all the way around, then a row of half double crochet, and then a row of yarn over slip stitches. And that's it. And yeah, this works a bit different for version B. As you can see, this edge does not go all the way around, it just goes back and forth here in front. And this is because how the back is constructed. So yeah. Version C works the same as A, kind of. As you can see here, this goes all the way along the straps, and then in the back it goes along this bottom edge as well, but in the same way as we did for these straps, or for this edge, we're going to decrease here in the corner, and the same on this side, decrease right here. Okay, let's start. I'll show you more about the version B soon. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna start here right by the seam. Doesn't have to be exactly on the seam, but kind of. Grab your yarn over and pull through, or pull up a loop, then chain one. And then you're gonna start single crocheting, and we're going to do this all along this edge. It can be a bit tricky to find a loop to go into. Okay, so you just continue all the way here, when you get to the strap, you continue on the strap. So this will be on the other side of the starting chains that we made, but you can see there are like actual stitches to go into here. Then you get to the front, single crochet all along here, and then the other strap and back to where you started. Okay, so I will meet you back here. So when you've single crocheted all the way around, it's time to make a round of half double crochet. So what I've done here is just slip stitch to the first single crochet I made. So I'm gonna chain one and then just, as usual, just make one half double crochet in each stitch. And notice that I'm not turning here, but I'm gonna turn for the next round. Okay, so just continue all the way around till you get back to where you started. For the final row, we're going to make, or for the final round, we're going to make yarn over slip stitches. And for this, we're going to turn, so chain one and turn around. And then make yarn over slip stitches in this front loop as usual. Okay, all the way around. And this will be your final round if you want to. I think that like the straps turn out quite wide if you add more rows, which could be a good thing, but just be aware of that. So add more rows if you want to, of course. Maybe you want more support, so you want thicker straps, or just more coverage. That's absolutely fine. But I will make just one more row of this, of the yarn over slip stitches, and then I'm done with the edges. But you can do whatever you want. It is completely up to you. But I'm gonna make this round and then I'll show you what it looks like in the end. I have now finished the last round of yarn over slip stitches, and this is what it looks like. This is from the front. I think these edges are so beautiful. Yeah, so like I said before, if you want to make 2 more rows, one of half double crochet and one with yarn over slip stitches, then absolutely go ahead. But remember that this will make the straps a bit thicker as well, not only the edge. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just cut the yarn. I've already chained one, so we can pull it through and then pull tight. Okay, so all that's left to do now with this one is to fasten all of the loose ends, and then it is completely done. All right, I thought I would show you just version B here, just explain it a bit quick, but I think you should read and follow the written instructions in the pattern, because those are quite extensive. Okay. So this is what it looks like. So you would start right here. And the thing is that when you start and when you end each row, you want to kind of slip stitch to this strap here. So when I say slip stitch to the first stitch of the strap, then it's the strap that, or it's the stitch that, the first stitch that's visible above the top here, so like here. Yeah, so you would start with a row of single crochet, start with slip stitching here, then single crochet, slip stitch here, chain one and turn, and then slip stitch to the edge again, make a row of yarn over slip stitches. So this is where it's different from the other ones. So you won't start with a row of half double crochet. You start instead with a row of yarn over slip stitches into the single crochets. Then you turn again and make a row of half double crochet, and finally a row of yarn over slip stitches. So you don't go up the straps ever, you just stay here, go back and forth. But as I said, look at the photos in the in the pattern and also follow the written instructions there. I think that will be easier. Also, if you wanted to see what this edge looks like without the elastic band, I think it maybe looks a bit cleaner, this edge, but it also tends to kind of roll up a bit. But I also didn't block this top, so I can also show you the effect of not blocking because I was lazy. I don't know if it shows, but the rows are kind of going like this. They're a little bit crooked, maybe it's clearer down here. You can see that they kind of go to the side. It's not completely straight, which is what happens if you don't block. So you should block. Okay. Yeah. Good luck with your top. I hope that these tutorials helped a little. Don't be afraid to write to me on Instagram or email, and I will try to help you if you have any questions or something. Okay. Thank you for watching.